We all know that games are so vast and complex that there's always bound to be a few issues. Some downright suck, like that door that was supposed to unlock during a mission but instead decides to stay closed. But at times glitches can offer just as much if not more entertainment than the game itself. So that's why today I pay tribute by counting down the top 10 glitches, exploits, and downright crazy things I've encountered in Skyrim. Stay tuned for today's top 10. Ever really wish to go for a nice wagon ride and when you finally get the chance you pounce on it, rushing ahead to get the best seat? Well, with a number 10 you don't get to choose where you sit. That's right, even if you hop up on top and click where you wish to sit, you're forced out and have to climb back in. Not very practical, but I guess that's how the Skyrim carriage services functions. I think I'm going to take my money elsewhere. Thank you very much. For number 9, I'm going to take a trip back to Reachwater Rock. Now, one half of this won't work unless you've already opened up the Dragonclaw door. And so after I find my way back in the ruin, up to where the doors reside, I'm going to cast Slow Time just to let you see what's going on. Now, this is why the door had to have been opened before, because now they've managed to find themselves shut again. But this time with some rather odd results. With transparent sides and floating discs, the Reachwater doors are glitched if I've ever seen one before. But this is why you cast Slow Time, because as soon as it expires, they'll quickly fall back into their slots. Now for the second half of this glitch duo. If you decide to go swimming around the water pool in the main room, you might find yourself falling through water like it was air. For some reason, there seems to be just random air pockets. They cause you to gasp for breath and to plunge to the depths. I don't know why. If you make your way up to High Hrothgar, see if you can find number 8 on the list. If you were like me and was dying to make your way up to the top of the mountain's peak, but was being blocked by some stupid cold wind, you might have decided to try and sneak around. Well, that is how I actually found a false wall under the tower's walkway. It doesn't do much except let you walk through it, but hey, maybe you can finally rub something in your snide friend's face that always knows everything. That is unless he saw the video too, and also knows. Awkward. Ever wish to fly free as a bird? Well, maybe not exactly, but we get pretty close with number 7. Plop down a kettle, go into third-person mode, and hop in. With a little faith and a couple flaps of your arms, you'll find yourself flying like a bird. Or maybe like a wraith. But like most things in life, sadly, this doesn't last forever. Also, be very careful where you do this at, because you might find yourself falling instead of flying, and the results can be lethal. But more on that later in the lineup. Here is an oldie but goodie. Find yourself a pissed off giant, so essentially all of them, and let them take your health down a bit. And if the killing blow happens to be a ground smash, you'll find yourself skybound. More than just a metaphorical speaking too. Oh, hey, I can see my house from here. While on the topic of giants, I'm going to go a little bit farther and throw in an exploit free of charge. Yeah, you're welcome. Now, have you ever wished to wield a giant's club? You've seen them on the ground with that mocking text that says press a button to take, but you press and press and you can't ever pick it up? Well, I have bad news for you. You can't pick it up, but your companion can. Take whatever weapons in your companion's inventory and send them over to pick it up. With that, they should instantly equip it. It's funny to watch them wield a weapon as tall as them. Now, I'm going to have to crush your dreams. No, you can't take it from your companion's inventory, and no, your companion can't send enemies skyward like the giants do. I'm sorry. I wish they could too. For number 5, have you ever had a friend when all you're doing is having a peaceful nap? They'll come up to you and scream as loud as they can muster in your ear to startle you awake? Well, this is 100 times worse. This is why you never ask a dragonborn to be your alarm clock. I guess it's not all bad though, things considering. At least if you're like these guys, you'll make the best of it. Make sure to get some yoga done first thing in the morning. Alright, time for some magic at the sawmill with number 4. All I need is a willing volunteer. Oh, come on, no reason to pull dead weight on me. You'll be fine, promise. Alright, the trick is all prepped. Now let's give the audience what they came for. And presto! Oh. Ouch. I don't think he's going to make it. But how about a round of applause for his valiant effort? I know, hit the like and subscribe button now. I mean, it's all he ever would have wanted. Now, undeniably, classic magic isn't the only fun thing you do at the sawmill. If you want to, get a volunteer for yourself. Drop a log on him. Get your mind out of the gutter. Anyways, then you fire up the mill. and you watch as their body distorts and twists in ways not even feasible to the human mind. Crazy. Alright, staying on the topic of magic, for my next trick and number 3 on the countdown, I'm going to phase through this wall. Do not try this at home. Instead, try it in Cyrodiil. All I need is a kettle and a little faith. Alright, let's just do this. Hold it out in front of you, sprint into the wall, say the magic words. Better than Harry Potter, better than Harry Potter, better than Harry Potter, and... oh, it worked. I guess all you need to do is believe after all. Go figure. Now these kettles can be used almost anywhere to access areas that are normally inaccessible. But if there isn't a wall available to do this on, if you simply drop a kettle and try and hop into it a few times, you should usually phase right through the ground, so that is always a good alternative. Now walking around poorly rendered Skyrim beyond the walls provides some entertainment for a while, and is also how I found a random dead dragon. But I know, you must be dying to know what practical things that this can be used for, right? Well, in my attempts to use this to escape the guards, to be honest, they failed miserably, but that was mainly due to bad luck. I know. You don't really care about that. You want to know how this can be used to make you gold, right? Well, I'm nice, so here's another free exploit that can make you some easy gold using a plate or a kettle. Alright, so if you find yourself in the Thieves Guild's main area where the shopkeepers are, there is a simple trick to make some easy money by looting some hidden chests. Now, these chests are made to be accessed normally, but with this kettle glitch or with the plate glitch, you can easily snag their loot. How can I do this, you might ask? Well, go over to where the bar is and grab a wooden plate. Or you can use a kettle too. I'll get to that in a minute though, it's a little bit different. But once you've got the plate, take it over to where the door entrance is, holding it out in front of you, and walk as close as you can to it without touching it. At which point you should sprint into it and hopefully through the door. Now make sure you stop after you phase the door, otherwise you can follow the map. So it won't do anything except make you teleport back to the entrance, but that'll mean you have to phase the door again, and it's just a big pain in the butt. Also, for some odd reason, kettles won't work as effectively on doors as plates do. So that's why the kettle thing is a little bit different. If you want to use the kettle instead, unfortunately it's almost impossible to phase through any of the walls here because they're all on weird angles or obstructed by something. That is why instead you should drop the kettle onto the ground, go into third person mode, and hop into it. If all goes right, you should phase right through the ground without any difficulty and find yourself in the same area that the door glitch would lead you to. What do I do now, you might ask? Well, look around. You should find a multitude of chests with loot just right for the picking. Now these are the inventory chests for the merchants, but they do restock after so long, so worry not. Now this is considered stealing, but I mean, what does it matter when you're in a den of thieves, am I right? Now for number 2, and a personal favorite of mine, a glitch that has never been seen before, or at least has never been written of, photographed, or made video of. That's right guys, an original glitch on YouTube that is exclusive to me. Now, this is a game for PS3, I'm playing on PS3, I obviously have no mods installed, and I have absolutely no idea how this glitch happened, but it did. Now, I just seem to attract glitches like a magnet, with no idea how, but this one is one of the ones I've seen that's a little bit over the top. Now, because I have no idea why or how this glitch occurred, I can't tell you how to replicate it, but as you can see, Lydia is normal right now, but if any time I have her enter my service as a follower, something messed up happens. I'll just let it speak for itself. Haha, that's right guys, Werewolf Lydia. Now I have no idea how it happened, why it happened, but it did. No one else seems to care, and technically she's still Lydia underneath, but it's funny as can be, in my opinion. That's why it is number 2. Now, it's really just werewolf skin on top of Lydia, so she behaves normally, like with wielding her weapons and such, but walking through some dark caverns with her suddenly turning the corner looking like that is about enough to give anyone a nice startle. Now, I've looked excessively trying to find anyone who's written about this glitch before, record anything about this glitch before, but I've found no information about anyone having this glitch before. So guys, you might have just saw an original and exclusive glitch. How cool is that? Now, what could possibly be better than seeing a glitch as crazy as that? Probably a lot of things, like winning the lottery, no world hunger, and a delicious piece of cake. But this isn't what this top 10 is about. So what glitch topped that? Well, it's simple to recreate, yet so humorous that I have done it a dozen of times, only to stop when finally my sides got so sore from laughing I couldn't continue. What glitch could this possibly be? It's the Greybeards Wrath. If you find your way back up to High Hrothgar, you might want to try this out for yourself. Piss off a greybeard and let them freeze you so you fall off the side of the mountain, preferably the peak you just saw me standing on. Anyways, as you fall and hit stuff, you should start spinning faster and faster, until at one point you spin so fast something completely outrageous happens. You collapse into the sort of gravity-defying ball of limbs that looks like this, or maybe this. And on one crazy occasion that I have never been able to recreate, if you spin so fast that the game can't process it, this happens. So why is this number one? Well, I'm raking off the sheer amount of entertainment that this has brought me, which that means this gets an A+ in my book. Also because you take no damage from falling while frozen, sometimes when you finally unthaw you get some rather humorous landings. Almost like all you did was scrape your knee, right? Oh, or like this one, where I just kind of gracefully float down. Alright, now for some honorable mentions. If you're in werewolf form, you can maul anyone to death in the Thieves Guild without them even so much as fighting back. If you put a basket or a kettle on a shopkeeper's head, you can steal stuff right in front of them without them even noticing. And this guy here, who apparently doesn't know the proper procedures for handling superglue. And lastly, this Draugr who was Fos Rodad so hard that he literally witlessly runs into this wall, or this one who was Fos Rodad clear into the ground. I thank you guys for watching this top 10 episode. I hope to make many more like this. Please go ahead and remember to comment, rate, and subscribe, guys. It means a lot to me. Thank you, and bye.